Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Considering Grace. I am so sorry it has been so long since I have posted a video. Basically, my family and I had quite a big move. We moved 6 hours away from where we were living before, and it took quite a lot of, well, just the whole physical aspect of moving, but emotionally it took, a bit of time for our family to adjust. We moved from a small town in the middle of nowhere to Edmonton, which is a large city. For those of you that don't know where Edmonton is, it's in Alberta in Canada. And so we moved to the city where my husband got a job after about 4.5 months of him being out of work. So we were so thankful that God provided this job for him. And I'm secretly, well, not so secretly, I'm very excited about being back in the city. I'm a city girl, and so I am loving being back in the city and hearing the traffic and the sirens and all the noise. I'm thankful for my GPS on my phone to get me around. But anyway, just to the Bible entry now. I just am using gelatos today, and I'm not prepping the page with anything to start with, so I did not use gesso or anything to start on the page. I find a lot of the time you can get away with not using gesso if you're really careful to apply a lot of light layers. And that's kind of my trick to a lot of the pages that I do is layering, and you'll see that a lot in this video. So I'm just randomly applying the gelatos, not really with anything in mind, just kind of trying to balance the page with color, I guess. But other than that, there's no rhyme or reason to where I put certain colors. And now I'm just taking a damp baby wipe and spreading the gelatos around, and they blend so beautifully, and it is so fun to use a baby wipe with gelatos. The colors blend so nicely together, and they blend into the page, and you can do lighter, softer shades, or you can keep other parts darker. So I love using this technique. And like I said, you want to use a damp baby wipe, not a really wet one. And I find that if you use an outward motion from the inside of the page out, you're less likely to gather up the page or rip it or fold it in, you know what I mean, with the page being too damp. So that's another little trick that I do. And now I'm just taking some gelatos and going back in and coloring in just some spots that I wanted to add a bit more color. And I find that doing this layering technique really gives you a lot of dimension to your page. It's not just like a wash of colors. It's got like depth and texture to it as well. So that's another reason I like doing the layering. But the main reason I like doing layering is that it does not go through to the other side. If you just use a lot of light layers, it doesn't bleed. And I should show you the back page of one of these pages that I do, just to show you that it does not bleed through. So there, I've just added some different layers of some of the colors that I'm using there. And I've kept the verse pink there because I wanted it to stand out. And now I'm going in with some watercolor paints, basically with the same colors that I've been using with the gelatos. But again, just adding a bit more color, a bit more texture. And these watercolor paints are just Crayola, just, from Michael's or Walmart. And I believe they come in, I believe there's 24. Yeah, there's 24 of them. And I think they're only about $6 or $7. And the colors are just gorgeous. And they work really, really nicely on Bible pages. So that's something that is a really easy tool that you can have on hand that doesn't cost a lot. Because gelatos can cost quite a bit, as you know. And if you don't have a huge budget for Bible journaling, the Crayola paints work so well. I've been really happy with them. So as you can see, just added some more layers in there with the paints, and now I'm going in and going to use some letters, and I'm going to use a variety of different letters for what I'm writing here. And these first ones are like a cardboard letter. Not sure where I got them from, otherwise I'd let you know. I've had a lot of letters for a long time because I do scrapbooking too, so I'm not quite sure where I've gotten some of them from. So there, I've got the word forgive on there, and now I'm just taking some tiny letters that I believe I got them from Lawn Fawn. And they're just tiny little letters, stamps that you use on an acrylic block. And I just love using these. They're just capital letters, but I love the size of them, and they give you multiple letters, which is really awesome. So if you had to write a word with 3 E's in it, there'd be 3 E's that you could use without having to keep reapplying the stamp over and over again. So that's one thing I really like about those. So just got that down there, and now I'm just adding some more of the letter stickers. And I wanted, for this application, I wanted the word forgive to be big, and I wanted the word hurt to be big, because when we forgive others, it's not a little thing, it's a big deal. I'm sure you know that it is not easy, and it's not something that we should take lightly. It's very important that we forgive others, but it's also something that is hard. So I wanted it to be a big word there, and the word hurt I wanted to be big as well, because we've got a lot of hurts in our lives, and I wanted to get across that we go through a lot of hurt, and it's a big deal. So that's why I wanted those words to be bigger. So now I'm just taking a Sharpie pen, and I'm not sure what size tip it has on it, but it's quite fine. And I'm just underlining the verse. And I've got a close-up shot of the verse in a second that you can see. And that's pretty much it for this application. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And here are some pictures for you. So thanks, guys. Take care and God bless.